Hello and welcome on another video of Military Impressions. Today we'll be talking about why do people do reenacting? Because it's important to keep the history alive. If y'all are spectators, or as a spectator people are history nerds, it is different. What inspired me in a history book is looking at my first one at the 150th of Gettysburg, American Civil War. How I got involved in that I got involved in reenacting from there. And then I worked my way up to different impressions. I did only American Civil War for a really long time. And then I did that, so forth. So I started at age 11 and did it from there. So people have like reenacting, like history stuff at a young age. Reenacting is important because it's like reenacting perspective from an actual, like, instead of looking in a history book, say, oh, that's what they did and stuff. It's just like, it's like a bigger form than just looking at a couple pages of a history book and so forth and stuff. Not a lot of, what's sad is not a lot of movies are non-historical. Some of it is, some of it's not. It just depends on the movie and stuff. So some of it's Farby and shit. So yeah, but why is reenacting is important is because of the history. We keep the history alive and stuff. So people like to get down there and do the event. They live the period. They turn off their phones and live the character. So this is not a full-time thing. We are reenactors. We're basically almost like stage actors, like in a movie, on a movie set. It looks like on a movie set, literally, but it's a historical set where we know on cue when spectators arrive. We wake up usually early enough just to get all of our modern day shit hidden or tucked away somewhere, and then we live that era. And then once we leave the air, we take off our kit, put on modern day clothes, go back home, do the rest of our lives how we regularly do it. We wait for the next season to come. So in reenacting world, there's different. We have seasons. So one season we did one reenacting, another season we did that one, another. So that. So that's why reenacting is there. And also, a lot of people like to do improv characters. So like improv is like historical characters. Let's just say I was General McCarthy and I was saying, this is an example, improv. So once like so-and-so, my name is General so-and-so, General McCarthy so-and-so, I went and I led the invasion of the Pacific, so-and-so, etc., 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 blah, 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 blah. And then you can make up a storyline that fits the character of General McCarthy. See if you look like General McCarthy, try to get the authentic kit that he had, like the corn pipe and all of that, and play General McCarthy for a week. And there are people just want to do that. There are a couple people who want to play Winston Churchill, historical figures. There are people who just want to play like a reenacting soldier and how they lived, dressed, and ate, and that's it. And then people call you by your regular name. If you want to like a tween to it, like a actual historical figure, is you look up the figure, and then what you do is you try to have the same haircut as that figure. You come out to the weekend, you try to see what they sound like and try to speak like the figure and representation of it, like you read in history books saying General McCarthy sounded this accent. You try to sound like him. You try to improv like him. You see pictures of him to see what he looks like, and then you kind of get an idea on how you want to play like him. So that is improv. Battle scenarios is usually, there's organizations like they are a preset scenario, they have a map and stuff. So also that, and also have safety briefings. Like briefings and safety briefings is they brief us on safety because all of our weapons are actual real period correct weapons. Even though they shoot blanks, it could seriously kill somebody. It's not a joke. It's not like kaboosh. It could seriously kill somebody, even though it's not an actual projectile shooting out the barrel. So there's a lot of safety briefings. There's like policies you got to read. There's a lot of paperwork to fill out and say, oh, I'm a reenactor. No, it doesn't work that way. There's paperwork you got to fill out first before you become one. So yeah, and then you got to listen and sit for safety briefing, and then there's there's like firearm inspection where you have to open up all your stuff just to show that there's nothing in the barrel, there's no rounds, and so forth. So if you're doing a 17th century reenacting with flintlocks, usually the surgeon will ask if there's any powder residue, and you have to open up the pan. If they are, you got to clean it and stuff. And then if you do World War II, and if you had bolt stuff, like if you have the Mauser, like the Mauser, like the K98 and stuff, and then the P08, the pistol. If you're a German reenactor officer, usually they ask you to take the bolt out. Like they usually ask you to take the bolt, like the magazine out, and then take off all the stuff to inspect. If you have a K98, they sometimes ask you to open the bolt and then to do like an inspection, make sure there's no weapons, like bullets, to reassure like no rounds throwing or bullets. You're trying to make it look like it's legit from far away, but when you get close, what they did was they cut off the actual bullet part, and then they formed it to make it look like it's an actual bullet, and then we just get it from our ammo stuff. We have a lot of ammo stuff, and we just put in our ammo pouches, and then we use it. And if we have any ammo left, we usually give it back to our sergeant. Or yeah, and then we just say, hey, we have ammo left. What are we doing? And usually we show it to our sergeant, and our sergeant tells us on where do we put the leftovers, and then they try to reuse it as they can for a next event. Sometimes we go through a lot of it. Sometimes we don't. It just depends on how much rounds we used that weekend. So yeah, so that's what reenacting is. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.